Hey, Trace Small here with Digital Film Reel, and today I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm going to start this off by talking about my general thoughts about the movie, and then I'm going to slowly get into more spoiler content, so be warned. If you don't want to know what happens in the movie, click off this video, go watch the movie, and then come back and finish the video. Here we go. Alright, so this movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was probably my favorite of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. We got to see a lot of development from his character, his Spider-Man. I liked his Spider-Man in the other two movies and the Avengers movies that he has been in, but something about this one, we got to see him grow in ways that we didn't really get to see before, and I really like that. So from the trailers, you're able to see that there's a lot of returning villains from other Spider-Man movies, and it's very interesting to see how they all come in, and I think it was really fun and creative on how they did that, and to see how their characters are now. And it's so crazy to see some of these actors coming back to reprise their roles, and yeah, it was incredible to see them all back on screen and together as well, which was very interesting. So the special effects in this movie, as always in a lot of Marvel movies, is just fantastic. It was very fantastic. I loved a lot of it. So much of the special effects were like, it's just really crazy to see how far things have come, especially in just the last 10 years. I just watched the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and the jump from those movies to these ones, like, is crazy. Just that small time frame, like how special effects have evolved and grown. It's just insane. So the storyline was pretty interesting. Like, they kept taking it in ways where I was like, what's going on here? And then somebody would say something, and I'd be like, oh, this is what they're doing. Okay, this is interesting. I like this. And they did a few things that I did not see coming, and I lost it. I loved it so much. I'm not gonna lie, I did lose my composure a few times, maybe like only 4 times in the movie. Only 4 times. I did start crying a little bit because there was a couple parts that were just super emotional, and I think the actors in these scenes just knocked it out of the park. Tom Holland in particular, we get to see acting from him that we haven't really gotten to see in the other movies, and I really was impressed by him, and I grew to love his Spider-Man even more than I did before. So I thought that was fantastic. All right, so jumping into a little bit spoiler content. All right, so warning here, spoilers. So all 3 Spider-Men are in it. They got Tobey Maguire, they got Andrew Garfield, and obviously they have Tom Holland. And to see all 3 of them on screen together was just breathtaking. Like, when they came on the screen, I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, I was just like, so many emotions were hitting me because I grew up watching these people. I don't even know how old I was when I first saw Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It came out in 2002. I didn't watch it then because I was 4. But I think I watched it when I was like 6 or 7 years old. It was the first time I watched Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man 2, and then I went and saw the rest of them in theaters and stuff. And watching these characters that I grew up watching and seeing them come back, oh my word, the nostalgia was just punching me right in the face. It was amazing. I can't say how amazing it was. It was fantastic. How they brought them in was very creative. I thought it was hilarious where Ned was doing Doctor Strange's portals thing because he got the sling ring, and he was mentioning before, he was like, my family's got magic in it. And Doctor Strange is just like, yeah, whatever. It was funny. I thought it was really great. And he's able to open the portal, and he opens the portal because he's like, find Peter Parker. And as soon as I saw that silhouette, I was like, that is not Tom Holland. That's Andrew Garfield. I knew it immediately because I was like, Andrew Garfield he's not tall and lanky like this. I was like, that is Andrew Garfield. And then he turns around and I saw the Spider-Man mask and the eyes. I was like, that is Andrew Garfield. That Spider-Man, those eyes there, that is Andrew Garfield. He comes through the portal and he takes his he takes his mask off, and I'm just like, yes! I was so excited. It was amazing to see him again. I just rewatched the Amazing Spider-Man movies a couple days before this, and I just felt so much connection to his character, and I just loved to see him again. And then Ned opens another portal trying to find Peter, and in comes Tobey Maguire, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then Ned's just like, oh, it's just some random guy. It was so funny. And then Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield start shooting webs at each other, like, who are you? What's going on? And stuff. It was just really, really great. And then the scene where right after Aunt May dies by the Green Goblin, which was crazy. Like, I was like, are they gonna do that? Are they actually gonna do this? And they did. Green Goblin killed Aunt May, and then I saw it coming where she, like, things were a little weird, where he was like, are you all right and stuff, and she's like, yeah, I'm fine. I was like, no, she's not fine. She just got hit by that glider. Then, oh no, she ain't flying. She went flying, and then her bricks fall on her. No, she's not fine. And then when she, like, starts going down, I was just like, oh no. And then they start having a little bit of conversation or whatever. When she said, I knew it when she said, great power comes great responsibility. I'm like, she's dead. She's dead. So they replaced Uncle Ben with Aunt May, and I started crying at that part too, because Tom Holland's performance in that part was phenomenal. I thought it was just so good. We didn't get to see this side of Peter before. Like, we saw it kind of when he was mourning over Tony Stark, but when it was Aunt May, like, wow, like it was sad, like very, very sad. And then a couple scenes after that or whatever, when he's crying on the roof or whatever, and then MJ and Ned come and they're comforting him, I was just like, wow, this is heavy. And then I was like, wait a second. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are with them. And then, camera looks up and you're up, looking up at the top of the tower there, and they're up there. I was just like, oh man. And then they jump down and he's just like, what's going on? And then they have that whole conversation there about great power comes great responsibility. And they know how he feels because Uncle Ben. I thought it was just fantastic. And I was just like, this is so cool to just see all of them together. It was so good. And then, they decide, well, we gotta cure these. You gotta cure these villains, because they're just sick. They're very sick people that need help. And then the whole laboratory scene I thought was so much fun. It was so cool to see them talking about the webs and, all the different experiences that they had. It was so cool. And then, later on when they were on the Statue of Liberty and stuff, and they're talking to Andrew Garfield and stuff about how amazing he is as Spider-Man. Because I thought it was really cool how they were like, exchanging notes. What do you do? What's going on? Who are the craziest villains you fought and stuff? And then, they're like, oh, I fought an alien. Oh, I fought aliens in space and on Earth. And they're like, what? That's crazy. And Andrew Garfield is just like, wow, you guys are so much cooler than I am, or whatever, because he's like, I wish I could have fought an alien. And they're like, no, dude, you're amazing. And it just, like, it was so touching to me, because I felt like people didn't appreciate his Spider-Man as much, because his movies didn't do as well. They weren't as critically acclaimed or whatever as all the other ones were. So when people are thinking of Spider-Man, they're thinking of Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield just kind of gets swept under the rug because his movie got canceled. His third one got canceled, basically, so that way they could reboot it into Tom Holland to bring it into the MCU, and just to see that kind of acknowledgement with that, like, it was just really, really powerful. I felt like, I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man got so much development and closure in this movie. Like, it felt amazing to see that. And especially the scene where, the Statue of Liberty, all the scaffolding's falling down, and MJ's on there, she falls off, and Tom Holland's jumping, and I just watched Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it's like the exact same scene, like when Gwen's falling, and then Tom Holland's jumping, he's reaching for MJ, MJ, and then the glider comes and he gets hit and gets pushed out of the way. I was just like, oh man, they're not going to do this. They can't do this. And then it cuts to Andrew Garfield, and I'm like, oh, no way. He's going to save her. And he jumps and he saves her. When he caught her and he starts crying and he asks, she's over, like that whole exchange there, like I started crying because like his performance there was fantastic. And to see, that Peter Parker save MJ in a way that he couldn't save Gwen, like it was super, super impactful to me, and I was so happy to see that. But something I didn't like, I wasn't like unhappy, but I was sad about was we didn't get enough of Tobey Maguire. I felt like he was there and it was super cool to see him there and he was doing stuff, but the thing is, I feel like he didn't get enough screen time or enough dialogue or enough purpose in this movie. Like I feel like Andrew Garfield got a lot of purpose and a lot of I don't know, closure to his character. But then Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, I feel like I'm wanting more from him still. Maybe like an exchange between him and Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, like at the end where they could have been talking or something. But no, they didn't really have much there, and I wish that there was more. Like he had a little conversation or whatever with Doc Ock after, but it wasn't that much. It was just like, oh, you've matured, Peter. Oh, yeah, it was cool. But I'm like, I wish we had more. I wish we had more details about him and MJ. I felt myself wanting more from his character. But I can't be disappointed because we got to see all three of them together, and it was just amazing. Post-credit scenes. So the first post-credit scene with Venom, I thought it was hilarious and it was funny and it was really cool to see him, but I was confused because how is he there? Because the spell was for people who knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and he doesn't have Spider-Man, so how in the world does he know Peter Parker is Spider-Man? I don't know. I've heard some theories about like, oh, Venom's part of a hive mind, so he's connected to the other Venoms in the universe, in the multiverse or something, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a dumb reason, but I mean, it was fun to see him there. So, oh well, I'm not going to complain because it's cool. And then the second post-credit scene was the trailer for Doctor Strange. I thought that was great. I can't wait to see more. It looks fantastic. And yeah, I'm still confused. I'm very confused. I want to know more of what's going on. I want to know what's causing like some sort of multiverse thing. And I want to know what who the bad guy is. I think it's Mordo. I think Mordo or something like that. He's probably doing something bad. And then Doctor Strange tries to stop him. I'm not sure, but he needs Wanda's help. I think Rachel McAdams was even in the trailer. I heard that she wasn't in the movie, but I don't know. I think she was in the trailer. I'm gonna wait for that trailer to come out, and then I'm gonna, watch it again and figure out what my thoughts on it are. But I mean, all in all, the movie as a whole was fantastic. I'm gonna be going to see it again in a couple days now, because it was great. I'm going to try not to cry as many times as I did last time, but it was a great movie. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Stay tuned. I'm going to be posting a few more videos. I'm going to do some more reviews. I'm going to try to do a review for Witcher Season 2. I'm currently halfway through the series, so I'm going to try to finish that up and then get a review out. And then I'm going to do a review on The Matrix Resurrections when that comes out. So you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Digital Film Reel, and I'll try to keep you guys posted on what's going on. I don't post too much on there, but I'm gonna try to start. You guys have a great day, and yeah, I guess that's I don't have anything else to say. Goodbye, I guess.